Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Bebop here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about why the public lobbies absolutely suck in the hive of Gorgons and how to make it better. All right. Now, I've been playing this game for a long time. I've been doing PvE at high levels for a long time. I've done some PvP. And here's some of the things that I've noticed for public raids. I've tried to carry mini groups through with some friends just to get people through it. Now, I'll have people link gear. I'll go into the chat, and at the bottom left, I'm starting a raid. Link me your gear, melee DPS preferred. Why is that? Because melee DPS is king in PvE, especially PvE in-game. What I get in return is a lot of fire staff users linking me their fire staff with the finisher. Now, it's perfectly fine to have a fire staff in the group, and also I want you on the evade rapier, the finisher with disdained infliction, 725 hopefully. I want you on that majority of the time. Now when we go to the bosses, you can range your heart out, range you all you want, or just sit there and let us kill everything. I don't care. When we get to the bosses, you need to be in melee. You need to learn the mechanics and get good. Stop being out there in left field or center field twirling your little fire staff baton like you're the marching band leader twirling the baton out there on the football field. Get in there, get in melee, actually do real damage, and you will help your team get through. Now also, if you don't want to do evade rapier because you don't want to spam a bunch of buttons, how about you be a rend bot for the team? Get you a hammer with Sundering Clear Out on it, or one with Trenchant Rend. Get Sundering Shockwave on the clothing, and you can have Armor Breaker. And if you get offhand, if you want, you can have the Sword and Shield. You can do the Whirling Blade just for the Rend, or the Sundering Javelin, but the Whirling Blade would be better because it'd be through the whole fight. And that would help your team out tremendously, because public lobbies also suffer from lack of rend because nobody wants to play the rend bot role. Now, if you're interested in that, I can make a video on it and show you kind of what to do. It makes all the difference for the team. In the Sandworm, if that guy goes down and is out, you're going to see a big difference. It's just so important to have enough rend on these boss fights. Public lobbies never do. A lot of people just using the same weapon, shooting from way off, and they're just not helping at all. All they see are their damage numbers, and they think it's good, and it's trash. Get into melee. The best weapon you can use for melee in this boss fight or in this hive would be the evade rapier. If you look at speedrun crews, what do they use? A lot of evade rapiers. Now you will have a bleed, and in some instances you might have two bleeds, but you will have a bleed rapier and then a bunch of evade rapiers. You will also have great swords for the first boss for the stamina damage. That will help get him down where you can access his back, because as long as he's standing up, you're not going to access his back unless you're shooting a bow or something from way high up on the pedestal. And if one person's doing that or whatever, that's fine. You can put maybe an ice pylon down there to help with stamina damage, shoot your upgraded 700 heart rune cannon blast or whatnot. But if you get in there melee, it's going to help out even more than being on pedestals. Get that stamina damage down, knock him down, get to his back, and then you can do real damage. Now, if you watch how I'm playing here, I do have a bow, which is range, but how do I use it? One, for crystals. If they're about to explode, I'll try to use it. Or maybe I'll just stay back because there's enough people out. I'll just shoot a few times and then can get back to the boss or rotate to another crystal or revive a teammate. Or I might jump up on a little pedestal for a second, do a little burst damage with the poison shot and then the rain of arrows to get the bleeds going, and then immediately try to get right back to DPS. That's how you want to use range if you come in this fight. You use it offhand and for quick burst damage, bleeds, that kind of thing. As you can see, there's a lot of bleeds on the screen right here. So I got bow bleeds, I got spear bleeds, and just constantly hit them with the enfeebling poison shot. And that's how you want to use range, not sitting back there and just ranging forever. Unfortunately, or fortunately, this game is mostly about melee for high-end PvE. Now, I can come out with a video and show you at each boss how you want to do that and the mechanics to go over it so you can better learn without having to go out there and just get killed over and over. But there's nothing wrong with going out there, letting the team know, like, hey, I'm new to, I usually play range, but I'm trying to learn melee. I might die a few times. I'm going to raise my con just to maybe try to survive or something. I don't know. But if you do that and let the team know, they might actually support you, okay? And be like, hell yeah, come on, because they'll be excited. So look at maybe doing that too. If you're new to a situation, let's say tanking, and you get in here, hey, I'm new to this being, you know, my first hive tanking or second hive, you know, I've tanked. This boss, I'm having trouble using my grid attacks to get through the movement, so I'm getting moved around. Just bear with me, I'll figure it out, you know, and then everybody will support you. If you just come in here and you play like a complete bot, like we had a tank the other night, and then you just rage quit because I'm asking to see your gear, why you can't hold aggro and stuff, that's not the mindset to have. That's very weak. Don't do that. People out here, us veteran players, we do want to help players that want help, okay? That's what we want, not the players that think they know it all. Back to range. So burst damage for range. Musket's really good that way too, to hit a power shot and then hit the powder burn. That way you get the burn going on an enemy. That's really good. That's like 1,000 tick for, you know, 14 seconds or whatever it is. It's a really good weapon to use too. The bow for quick poison shot, rain of arrow damage. And if you get launched up here on the top of this pedestal, you can bust some shots and at least do some good damage. But I'm struggling on, I want to get down and get back into melee, but I'm having a little fun up here. I see the appeal of it. But if you know that you don't have the DPS around, you got to get down there and get melee, okay? So there's times to do that and there are times not to. If you have 5-6 people out there doing that, you're going to have very low stamina damage and low damage period anyways. Now, if you aren't a fan of the evade rapier and you don't care to rank it up, look at the greatsword. I have a greatsword and bow build that I actually think is my favorite build to run through this whole hive. And for a majority of the public users, it's just fine. All right, it's 350 dex, 25 int, 25 focus, 25 con, or maybe 16 con, and then the rest strength. Okay, that build, you're going to be able to do stamina damage really good on this boss. You're going to be able to kill the crystals in like 3 swipes because the greatsword is amazing at it, as long as you have one with trenchant strikes on there. And then also on the second boss, the greatsword's actually pretty good if you know how to use relentless rush and maneuver to where you need to be. And then you have the bow in case times you want to maybe get up on a pedestal for a second, shoot some shots, or if you're going through from boss to boss and you want to use your bow, that's fine. So it offers you a little bit of flexibility. That's why I made it. It's flexible to also, you can incorporate with a bow, or you can, you know, maybe if you wanted to go more into strength, more of a kind of a split stat thing, you could maybe rock Inferno with your greatsword and do that. Or even a hatchet build that I have where I got a 15k rending throw on this boss right here with the hatchet build. That hatchet build melts. And if you do the sandworm a couple times, you get that hatchet. I can't wait to do that video. Oh my God. Insane. Insane. So I'm only here to try to help. I got to be a little bit blunt and a little bit controversial, I guess, with the hating of the fire staff. When I play PvP, hey man, I love the fire staff just like everybody else. All right, it is a great weapon in PvP, not PvE. Don't do it, please, or at least not everybody. Oh my God, watch out, Bebop. And then we will have better times. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. If you have any suggestions for videos, feel free to suggest them in the comments. And hopefully this video helped. If you need help getting better at melee for this boss, I can make a guide. Actually, for all the bosses, I can make a guide and talk about their mechanics, what weapons work best, and go into that a little bit further. All right. See y'all in the next video. Later.